Hey everyone, it's Bri, and I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Shimmerz Paints YouTube education team. And I'm going to be working with the colors that you're seeing there. I have a creamies in Just Peachy, an Inklings in Oaky Bear Blue, a creamies in Purple Peony, as well as Piggy Pink. And then also to the side, I have a Vibes in Velveteen Green. Now I am going to be pulling in two additional colors here in just a second. I'm going to pull in a Vibes Sweetheart, as well as a colorings in Don't Stitch On Me. Now, as you can see, I've got a pattern paper. They're down on my mixed media mat, and it is by Pink Fresh Studio and their new line, which I can't remember for the life of me. It's behind me and I can't grab it, but it's their latest line. So yes, so as soon as I saw it, I knew immediately that I wanted to paint some of these floral pieces with some shimmers, and then I wanted to fussy cut them out and add them to a layout. So that's what I'm doing here. I just added the color to my glass mat, and then I'm just, honestly, I'm just painting. I'm just taking my paintbrush and just applying the color on. I didn't prep anything. I'm just lightly painting. I'm not using too much liquid, so my paper will not warp. But yeah, I'm just going in lightly and painting the flowers as well as the leaves. So I see here that Velveteen Green is not gonna really do it for me. I wanted like another layer of green. Now I think I added it after the fact. So when I do show you the final product, you'll look at the leaves and see that I did add a lighter green to it to give my leaves a little more depth. They seemed a little too flat for me. But yeah, so if you're not familiar with creamies, they come in a little pot and you add water to them, and it does have a satin finish. And the Inklings is the same. You just add water to it, and it does have a lot of shimmer. So it's kind of like the original Shimmers, the Shimmers and the Inklings. And I believe the Blings too, I believe. But anyways, yes, that Oaky Bear Blue is such a rich and beautiful blue. I absolutely love it. And the Purple Peony is also one of my favorites. I just love how it looks and how pretty and shimmery it is. So yeah, it's nothing too crazy here. I'm honestly, like I said, just painting in the flowers. And I believe I cut it off here in just a second so you don't watch me paint all of them, because it is, you know, basically the same thing. I'm just going in and painting each flower and each leaf. And yeah, so I just let it dry, and then we'll go here in just a second where I'll move on and I'll get to start to working on the rest of my layout. So yep, just painting. I think I started watching, I can't remember. I usually watch I Love Lucy when I paint. It's just really therapeutic, and that's why I really wanted to do it, is because I love to paint. So here are all the final finished pieces, and all fussy cut out. And I've already prepped my white plain cardstock with some white gesso. And I have one of the Paige Evans stencils that's now available in the Shimmerz shop. We do have the stars and the hearts. And so I am applying some of my leftover Shimmerz pasties that is unfortunately no longer in the shop. I believe they learned that their shelf life isn't as long as the Dazzlers and Textures, so they took them off. But the Dazzlers and Textures are a great alternative, so definitely go check those out. Okay, so I've applied the pasties onto my stencil, and then I'm kind of figuring out how I want my photo as well as the floral pieces to be on my the white cardstock. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to paint on some of the colors, or all of the colors actually, no, some of them, that I used on my flowers. And so I'm using the Piggy Pink, the Vibes Sweetheart, and then I'm going to add in the Just Peachy as well as the Oaky Bear Blue. So yeah, I'm just adding some of the color on. And I do add a little bit of water. I think I do, just to help get the, or maybe I don't. I don't think I add a lot of liquid to this, so it didn't warp a lot. Yeah, so it's just pretty basic and pretty simple. Oh, I do add just a little bit of water. This blue is super pigmented, so I did add some of the water so it wasn't as dark and didn't draw your eye just to the blue and not the rest of the page. But I am going to cover the majority of the color up I just want a little bit of color peeking behind my photo as well as the floral pieces. So I don't get too crazy with my background. I wanted it really subtle. I wanted y'all to see the hearts, but yeah, I didn't want the color to be too crazy. And I wanted to keep my mixed media and my embellishment clusters and my photos to just kind of centrally located in the middle of the page. So I'm just kind of showing you there slowly what it looks like with the heart stencil paste, as well as all the colors and the shimmer from the creamies. I just love how this one turned out. It is so pretty, and there's just something about using some paste with this on top of a stencil and then adding color to it. I just love how it turns out. It is one of my favorite techniques right now. Okay, so I've got my photo and I'm just going to back it with some vellum. And this photo was taken back in 2009, I believe. Was it 2009? Yes. So this is before we moved to Texas. This is when we were still in California. This is in my hometown. And I am from a small town on the central coast of California, and we are called the Valley of the Flowers. Unfortunately, my hometown doesn't have a lot of flower fields like they used to growing up, but I wanted to snap a photo of my boys before we left town in front of some of the flower fields, and I happened to drive by and saw this huge field of the yellow flowers. I'm not sure which ones they were at this time, but I snapped some I snapped some photos of my youngest, and then I'll have to scrapbook the other photos I took with my oldest in it. But I just love how it looked, and I thought, oh, okay, so you've always wanted to scrapbook this photo. This would be perfect for all the floral pieces that I painted up and fussy cut out. So I don't end up using all of the floral pieces that I fussy cut. I'm going to save some of those for another project. Like I said, I did want to keep it pretty simple and light and not too much. So yeah, I just picked a few pieces and I am layering them up and tucking and gluing and staggering the colors and the pieces so that, there was a little bit of color on each, like spread out evenly, basically. Yeah, and I think Elijah in this photo, I think he was not even 2, so he was like 1.5. And it was, it was a little bit of a challenge trying to get him to keep still and to smile, but I do love how he's kind of looking off, and it's just very like a relaxed photo. Okay, so I am working with the new Pink Fresh Studio line, and hopefully I flip this over so I can remember the name. No, I don't. I honestly cannot remember what the name of this collection is, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's their newest one, and it came in my Hip Kit Clip Kit for July. And so yeah, so I'm working on my title, and I'm using this puppy sticker that says Moment, and then I'm going to pull in some gold thickers, and I love this font. This font is so like playful, but it's not too like childish or kiddish to me. It doesn't look like, like school themed font. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I just absolutely love it. I think I need another sheet of these. So my title is going to be This Beautiful Moment, and of course I should have started from the L and worked my way to the left, because I am going to have to pick up all these letters and move them over because it didn't fit. So yeah, so it's going to be This Beautiful Moment, and I'm going to use these gold thickers, and then for the word this, I'm going to pull the puppy thickers, or I'm sorry, puppy alpha stickers that came with the collection, or that come with the collection, and I'm going to write out this because it was just an awesome moment, and I absolutely love this photo. All right, so I'm going to pull some of the puppy stickers from this sticker sheet that I pulled the title from, and I'm going to tuck them in and spread out the colors. And I don't know if I use anything from this puppy sticker sheet. No, I guess I do. I add that little flag, and then, yeah, I think I end up using another puppy sticker that I'll pull in shortly. And then I do add another floral piece here because it did seem a little empty at the bottom, and I wasn't sure what I was going to add there. I was going to add some journaling, but I'll probably add it in a different area. So, and I do love how that turned out because it kind of felt like it completed it. And I did think about adding some of those floral pieces like to an additional cluster, like in the right-hand corner. But to me, it just, it seemed done at this point. Like me adding something else was just gonna, I don't know. I usually do like to add another cluster off to the side or, catty corner. But I was really, really pleased with how this looked. So I thought I would start finishing off my page with some enamel dots as well as some Spiggle Mom Scrap sequins. So I'm going to go in and add some enamel dots in little groupings of 3 to create a little visual triangle and spread those out, and then of course sprinkle some sequins as well. I pulled out some of the mixes that I have in my stash, and I'm going to choose like some clear ones, a few pink ones, and then some of the blue ones, and just add them in the same clusters that I've got my enamel dots in. And I'm using my trusty crystal katana to apply those on. I love that thing. That thing is amazing. And then I've got my glue in my fine liner bottle that is Scotch tacky glue, and just applying those. And I just love how it finishes my page off. I love adding sequins to my pages, and they match so well with the Shimmerz paints. And I love, like, just looking at this layout, I love how soft and pretty this boy layout can be. I love scrapping with feminine, more feminine colors on my boys' layouts because I love those colors. So I think I should be able to use them on my layout, especially because I'm creating these, for me and the boys and for them to look back on. And it's more my style. So when they look through it, they'll be like, oh, I can't believe, they're not going to be, like, oh, you use pink. They'll just be like, okay, that's, that's totally mom. That's just how those are the colors she loves or loved, depending on when they look at it. All right, so I do add this little ephemera piece to finish it off. I love that little pop of purple that it gives. I believe it says One Fine Day. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I love how it turned out. Here is the final photo. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Definitely check out all these products in my blog post, as well as the stencils that we now carry from Paige Evans. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.